Forward to seeing in action.
Always exciting when he comes in the ring. I mean, even his ring walk's exciting. He spends a lot of time in the ring. He spends a lot of time doing his Muay Thai. He's a fighter from a fighting family. As you all know, his dad's technically he was his trainer. Very exciting to see.
Yeah, it certainly is. So that's the rules, as you can see on the screen, that will be governed by this evening. Some really good fights and maybe a blast from the past as well. The name Victor Oganov. We haven't heard of him for a little while. He comes up against the man who actually has the Australian heavyweight title at the moment in Demsey Mckean. We remember Victor Oganov from the way back on the Contender years ago. He was a super middleweight in those days. He's got a big height and weight disadvantage against Demsey Mckean. Any chance of an upset in our opening bout?
I mean, there's always a chance of an upset when you have a guy with 30-odd knockouts, you know, like Victor does. But he's known as the big puncher. Demsey Mckean is not known as a big puncher, but I think Demsey will surprise a few people with his punching power tonight.
Yeah, some fantastic action coming up here this evening. It'll start with this one between Demsey Mckean and Victor Oganov. You can see 32-5, so far more experienced is Oganov. Demsey Mckean 11-0, but he is a much, much bigger man. He is a natural heavyweight. He's got 20 kilos in weight advantage, so let's get him out for the first bout of the night here in Brisbane for Ace Boxing Promotions here on Fox Sports. And here is our ring announcer for the first time this evening. It's a very good evening to James O'Shea.
Well, thanks very much, Ben, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along to our big fight night here live from Brisbane, and our audience at home watching right across Australia and around the world. Let's bring out the fighters for fight number one. We fight 8 by 3-minute rounds at the heavyweight limit. Introducing to you first, your fighter out of the red corner. Please welcome Victor Oganov. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to center ring his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, Demsey Mckean. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing you to the two fighters. We fight 8 by 3-minute rounds at the heavyweight limit. Introducing to you first, standing across in the red corner. Weighed in officially last night, 91.4 kilos. Originally from Russia, he now calls Perth home. He's trained by Christopher Fuller. Brings to the ring professional record, 37 fights. 32 wins, 30 coming by way of knockout, and just the 5 losses. A former WBO Asia Pacific champion. Please welcome the crushing Russian, Victor Oganov. And his opponent standing across in the blue corner. He weighed in officially 111.4 kilos. From the corporate box gym Ipswich, he's trained by Carl Brumby. Brings to the ring professional record, 11 fights for 11 wins. He is the current Australian heavyweight champion. Please welcome Demsey, Tower of Terror, Mckean. Your third man in the middle, referee Paul Tapley. Your judges ringside, Mr. Rod Marsh, Mr. Cyril Cairns, and Mr.
Thanks, fellas. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Right, okay? Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you. Touch gloves.
Okay, so great to be with you here on Fox Sports, and this is bout number one. These are the heavyweights. He's only just the heavyweight, is Victor Oganov. Demsey Mckean, though, he is the reigning Australian heavyweight champion. So 7 inches in height, 14 years in age, and also 20 kilos. That is the disadvantage for Oganov. He comes with the red trunks. Demsey Mckean, well, he's the bigger fella in the white and blue. And Carly, what does Victor Oganov have to do in the early stages of this one?
Thank you, Ben. This is my pleasure to be here, and it's good to have heavyweight boxing back on Fox Sports, especially the first fight of this night. He has to do some head movement, in my opinion, to get past that long jab of the Tower of Terror. Because no doubt if that Tower of Terror that can land his jab, and once he starts finding his home with that jab, he's going to come up with that big left hand that we all...
And he's 28 years of age, is Demsey Mckean, and he's boxed his way through a fair portion of his early career, but he certainly has some power, as we saw in his defining win so far against Willie Nazio. And now Oganov leans into him, tries to close that gap, get inside, and Mckean happy to turn and throw those shots on the inside, and Oganov just wore them as he stood, and now he ducks his way in, trying to get in and throw that right hand over the top, as you can see. Mckean letting him in tight.
It was in 2016. I think it was something like his first 26 fights were all knockout wins. Now, when he gets in close, he has to let go of big punches because Demsey Mckean does have the power.
He's been hurt early here, has Oganov. He's worn a few decent shots on the inside, and now he ties up well against the ropes. But worrying signs early in this one. We are scheduled for 8 rounds. I don't think we'll be going that far.
I think Demsey Mckean's going to surprise a lot of people with this power. What he can't do, I mean, this is still a learning progress for himself. You know, he's only had the 11 fights and he's doing well. So far, so good. He just needs to be careful when he gets his opponents in close, how he's dropping his right hand. He's leaving himself open for counter hooks.
It may be a little surprising that he is allowing Oganov to get on the inside and get in positions to throw shots. He's not actually throwing them, Victor, but he is getting in positions to do so. He wears one then. Wobbly legs. Oganov covers up. Demsey Mckean goes to work.
See, the dangerous thing now for Oganov is Demsey Mckean has found his confidence. The first round is always a feeling out process. He's felt him out and he's found his confidence. He knows he can land his shots when he does. He's sunk in a few big body shots to Victor Oganov, and that'll just really lift his confidence. And, you know, I'm just looking to see him try and land that left uppercut, which looks to be his favourite punch.
Yeah, just missed with a left uppercut there, did Mckean. And Oganov, here's that 10-second warning, and he'll be happy with that. He'll be even happier if he gets out of this round. He wears some shots now, and he will survive. Round number 1 will Victor Oganov against Demsey Mckean, giving away 20 kilograms. He's worn plenty of shots, and he sits down rather gingerly, does Victor Oganov, at the end of a very, very tough round 1.
See what I mean? But his chin, Demsey Mckean's chin is just a little bit high, but he's found a home for that uppercut, which will lift his confidence. Like I said, this is all a learning career. He's only had the 11 fights. So far, so good, and he's doing really well. And when you find your confidence, a big man like that, it can be a dangerous thing to face. You know, Victor Oganov, he's got to have to start unleashing bombs when he gets close, because he's just letting Demsey just have his way with every punch he throws.
Yeah, as I said in the opening of the show, Victor Oganov went into lounge rooms around the country as part of the Contender. That was way back in 2009. He lost to Garth Wood, the eventual champion in that competition. But now at 42 years of age, he's still fighting. He said to me at the weigh-in yesterday, I'll fight Demsey Mckean because I'll fight anyone and no one else wants to fight me. So I've had to go up to heavyweight. He's taken a very big challenge here and he's wearing some big shots in the early stages of round number 2. Is Oganov.
I can hear Demsey's corner yelling out, mate, he's there all night, he's there all night. So they're obviously very confident with what he's doing. They're confident with what he throws. would like to see Demsey Mckean just sit back a little bit, relax a bit, and just use that jab as he's doing now.
He's jabbing nicely now. Doesn't follow it up as Oganov does find his way in tight again, but doesn't throw anything when he gets there. He's been tired by these shots, is Oganov, and Demsey Mckean gives himself some space. Then Oganov gets in tight and throws a shot.
He throws a shot, but Ben Damon is not throwing enough. He's not throwing big hooks with bad intentions. And being the shorter guy, that's exactly what he needs to do. He needs to take a leaf out of Mike Tyson's book and move his head and throw and unleash. Because this big man, he is being a tower of terror tonight as Demsey Mckean.
Yeah, right uppercut and a left uppercut. Both got through from Mckean on Oganov, and he is just sort of stumbling in towards him now, and he's wearing shots on the way in, takes one to the body. Mckean gives himself some space with a push and goes 1-2. Then Oganov looks over the top but misses. There's a big shot.
Like I said, he's found his confidence, and don't be surprised if he starts landing some big shots. And being the bigger, heavier guy, you know, he could put an ending to this fight.
This is round 2. As mentioned, this is scheduled for 8. There's a good shot from Oganov on the inside. Got some confidence out of it too. Tried to get in tight and throw some more, but Mckean keeps him at bay. There's another right hand that whizzes by.
The game plan for Demsey Mckean seems quite simple. Sting from the outside with the jab, and when he gets in close, use that uppercut and those body shots. And so far, it's working. I mean, he's not really stinging with that jab, but he is measuring with it, and he's finding a home with it, and then he can land that uppercut, which is so far very successful.
Jabs nicely to the body of Oganov, does Demsey Mckean, and now just happy to let him in tight and to push off again, give himself that space. Some blood coming out of the nose of Oganov from some of those shots. He's taken plenty of uppercuts in particular, and there's one that flies by, and another left hand that gets through and misses. Oganov throws one on the inside, and now they tie up, and there's a huge uppercut from Oganov and a body shot from Mckean.
20-odd seconds to go in this round, Ben, and I just got to say, the old Latino fight people, they used to say the 2 best punches in boxing is the jab and the body shot. It's good to see Demsey Mckean, this young in his career, going to the body.
Go, Demsey. Let him go.
He's going well to the body, but he's taking a big left hand from Oganov. That was his signature punch in his prime. Maybe not the same level of power on it, but it got through, it scored, and it carried Demsey Mckean largely his own way, but through that second round, he took...
He did, and like I mentioned earlier in the first round, he's got to leave his hands up when he's inside. He can't become comfortable with his right hand very low, because that left hook will find a home if Victor Oganov decides to throw it. We can just see here them tying up, but that was that little right hand that Victor was able to land. The left hand he landed towards the end of the round, and there's the body shot from Mckean. It's nice to see a big guy early in his career go to the body, because it really does, you know, pay dividends in a fight.
And here they are in the corner in that second round, and Oganov scored with that big left hook.
Yep.
Didn't worry Mckean too much, but he doesn't want to take too many of them, particularly if Victor Oganov can get set and throw with some of that power that he certainly used to have.
Yeah, it didn't worry him too much because he's in great condition, and 2, he's found his confidence. But like you said, you know, if he doesn't want to land he doesn't want to wear any more of those shots.
And you'd like to see perhaps a little more on the jab from Demsey Mckean to keep Oganov outside. He's just sort of flicking it out. It's a nice long, he's a big, tall, strong fella. Oganov's
trying things, and it looks like he's trying to trick his way into getting his opponent and landing that big punch. But when his opponent does get close, when Demsey Mckean does, he's got to throw. Oganov's got to throw.
Now, he's certainly at least concerning Mckean out of throwing some of his own big shots. There, though, he flips him on the way in. Jabs nicely to the body again.
Sorry, Ben, being the shorter guy, you'd like to see Oganov start sinking some shots to the body and then look for that head shot.
The nose does not look good for Oganov. He's taken some shots to it, and it's certainly been damaged. He's in tight again.
You know, boxing's one of those games, Ben, you know, when you laugh, the whole world laughs with you. When you cry alone. It can be a lonely, lonely place inside that squared circle. And if you're not in the best of condition, mate, it's the loneliest place in the world. Right now, Demsey looks like he's in good condition. Like I said, he's found his confidence. He's starting to land with shots. He can't leave his hands down when they get inside because Victor Oganov does possess that power, we all know.
Yeah, a little left hook on the inside from Oganov there as they came together. And just a warning on the run with regards to the head of Mckean. Hooks his lead hand around there and scores nicely, does Mckean.
Victor's last fight was, I believe, was in 2016. So there's no doubt he's feeling this pace. It would be wise for Demsey Mckean to just sit back and sink some shots into the body.
Yeah, his most recent fight was 2016 in May of that year. Prior to that, though, it was way back in what was a pretty memorable bout against Brad Pitt, and that was in 2011. He lost that one, but he certainly had his moments early. He had a long time between fights there for Victor Oganov.
It was, and he also had his, as I said before, his first 26 fights were all knockout wins. So it doesn't matter where you are in the fight, in this particular fight, he still does possess dangerous power, and Demsey Mckean has to be aware of that.
Break, step back, put your holding in there.
Fair bit of work for our referee, Paul Tapley, in this one. He's having to keep these two apart because obviously the tactics of Oganov to get in tight, try and score with that left hook when he does, and on that occasion he was kept at range, and it was Demsey Mckean who scored with a big shot.
He's doing well.
Closes up on the right hand, Oganov.
Yep, he's doing well here, Demsey. He throws a few shots and then he just ties them up. You know, he's got to take away that advantage that Victor Oganov has on the inside, being the shorter man, the heavier puncher. He's got to just tie him up as he does, and it's working. So far, it's all working for him.
Victor Oganov has probably made it further than plenty expected him to here against Demsey Mckean. He's done a good job so far. He's toughed it out, worn some shots, but he's got through three 3-minute rounds in this 8-rounder. Big night of boxing, as mentioned here on Fox Sports. Exciting to see Liam Parrow in action, live around the country. In the toughest fight of his professional boxing career so far. He's 14-0, just 22 years of age. There's Liam Parrow, originally from Mckean, now lives here in Brisbane, is trained by Alfie, promoted by Angelo DiCarlo, and he takes on Robert Slatlik, a 30-year-old German, 22-1. Very confident too is Slatlik. He's fought mainly in Germany, but he's travelled around the world and he's come here full of confidence. But Liam Parrow looks to be something special. That's the main event, but this is our first bout. The Australian heavyweight champion going to work now against 42-year-old Victor Oganov.
I like what I'm seeing here from Demsey Mckean. Just starts this round on the jab, looks for those body shots and an uppercut. That's what's working so far in this fight. He's just got to stick with the same plan. Be nice and defense when they're in close, like here. Got to leave his hands up and just keep sinking to that body when you've started with the jab, I should say. And we can see Oganov, he's breathing heavy. He's in there with a bigger man, which is obviously going to be hard when Demsey Mckean's leaning on him. This is where it's Demsey Mckean just sink some body shots in because they will just really turn this fight right in his favour.
He's breathing hard, he's tiring, no doubt. He's also, I think, got a pretty badly broken nose, so that is not helping Victor Oganov, who is doing his best. He's trying hard to get on the inside and throw his own shots, but he's fatiguing here in round number 4. Mckean throws a big left hand over the top that Oganov gets under easily. Let's see what he can do now that they get back at range.
Beautiful body shot there from Demsey Mckean. And it's working for him, isn't it? The body shot and uppercut, they are working for him. And when he throws his jab, you know, it'd be nice to see him throwing with a little bit more conviction, a little bit more aggression. Otherwise, everything's doing good. And it's a good learning fight for him this early in his career.
Ties up again. Loads up with the left hand. Wore it, nods, comes forward. Happy to continue to close that gap. And Mckean holds on as he does and pushes him away. Gives himself the space again.
I mean, what Demsey's doing
himself with the right hand.
He just wore a nice body shot there from Victor himself. So it's good to see Victor starting to look to go to the body because he does need it. This big man, the tower of terror. He's just walking in there now. I mean, it's the signs of a fatigued fighter, just being able to walk in there like that. But
Keep him up, Demsey.
wow, I mean, this Tower Terror, Demsey Mckean is really doing a number on Victor Oganov, and a lot of people didn't think he'd be able to because Victor's known as such a big puncher.
Watch your heads, fellas.
But I think so far he's been able to use his height and that tricky southpaw stance to his advantage. Gets him in close, goes to the body, ties him up.
Mckean just places himself against the ropes, moves now, gives himself some space. Let's see if he goes to work at range. No. Waits till Oganov gets tight, throws a couple of little hooks, but Oganov doesn't throw anything of his own, and we're getting to the end of another round. Round number 4 coming to a close.
I mean, it's like I said before, it's still a learning stage in Demsey Mckean, and so far in this fight, what he's doing is working. I mean, the more he progresses and the higher level of opponent he faces, he's going to have to do more than what's working. He's going to have to find different levels, you know, but it's all learning. Right now, like we see here, that jab, that little double uppercut, it's all working. And then that nice left uppercut that he possesses, he's usually going to the body in these combos as well. He's doing well.
Yeah, the previous rounds, and Oganov toughing it out here against a much bigger man. 20 kilos the difference on the scales. 111.4 was the weight for Demsey Mckean, 91.4 for Victor Oganov, so just in the heavyweight range. He could very easily have fought as a cruiserweight, but as he says, he can't find any opponents. So here he is at heavyweight, Oganov, gutsing it out against the reigning Australian heavyweight champion. He's already booked for another fight too, is Demsey Mckean. Another Ace Boxing Promotion show on December the 8th.
I mean, that's half the trick, you know, you've got to be active.
Good shots these from Mckean.
He's looking to finish. When that doesn't work, ties the opponent up, that works. Here comes Victor, he's so brave, he's so tough. But he's got to start throwing. He's got to start throwing with bad intentions. Otherwise, the same is just going to continue to happen.
Gee, he wore some shots there and just did this. Hands down, walking forward. Okay, let's go. But he can't take too many more of them. You wouldn't think.
Our heavyweight champion here, he needs to sit down on his punches now, especially that he's got his opponent hurt. He's got him worrying. Sit down and just throw with bad intentions, and I'm sure he will surprise even himself.
A shot on the inside from Oganov. Well, a couple of decent moments there for the veteran, and a nice right hand gets through from Oganov, who has his own moments in this round.
I've got to say, he's got a big heart, isn't he? I mean, he hasn't fought for so long. He's fighting the Australian champion. And he's taken some shots, but he's still there to fight. And he's still looking for his power shots when he gets the opportunity.
Yeah, well, he's done nearly 5.5 rounds already against Demsey Mckean. And he's continuing to come forward. Mckean ties up. He'll push off. Give himself some space, and let's see if he can throw in a combination. Mckean, he does, goes nicely to the body, comes upstairs again.
It's good to see him in the middle of that combination go to the body. That's what's working, that and the uppercut. I mean, Victor Oganov, I don't think he knows how to go back. He just knows, come forward and fight. That's his heart. That's the sort of warrior he is. He just knows one way, come forward and let's fight. But he's not in the best of his, best condition. He's had 2 years off, but he's all heart. Yeah, it's nice to see Demsey starting to sit down a little bit on those shots, believe in himself and throw them. He can get his opponent out of there.
Right hand there from Mckean to Victor Oganov. He's starting to wear some shots, and his face is starting to show a lot of wear and tear.
And here comes Demsey Mckean starting to throw with some bad intentions. He's got the confidence, and it looks good. When he's landing those shots, you can definitely see Victor is feeling the power of Demsey Mckean.
Yeah, he's starting to really hurt here as Victor Oganov wearing those shots. He's looking around the ring. He's not charging with the same sort of purpose. And now with 10 seconds remaining in round number 5, Oganov is starting to wilt.
And those body shots are what is doing it. Those body shots are working for Demsey Mckean, and that left uppercut. Nice boxing, so far for him. what's working, keep it up. You know, it is working. Everything he's doing is working, so he doesn't need to change. We can see here that left uppercut is starting to throw with a little bit of bad intentions now. He's got that confidence in himself. The uppercut, the left hook, the uppercut, the right hook, I should say. And that's when he just stood there and traded. I think Victor was lucky that none of them landed flush, but he did sink some good body shots in there to Demsey Mckean. And it's good to see from a big fighter go to the body.
That was that moment that Victor Oganov himself had with the right hand. He put all his weight forward and lunged with that right hand, plenty on it. He's got a few through, and he's just wearing too many in return, is Oganov. And he's a sitting target. He's a moving forward target. He's coming right towards those shots of Mckean constantly. Let's see what he's got left in round number 6. Well, I must admit, I didn't like this fight for Victor Oganov, but he's giving a really good account of himself, giving away so much size.
I think he's just too brave, you know?
He is so brave.
A lot of people were worried for Demsey Mckean when they heard Victor's name. You know, I thought he would surprise a lot of people with his own power. And I like what I see from him here going to the body. You know, Ben, when you get halfway through a fight like this, it can become a lonely place. And some you want, because you think you got to do more. But if what you're doing is working, you just need to stick to it. And that's exactly what Demsey's doing and learning in this fight.
What would you like to see him doing more of, perhaps?
Well, basically just sit down and throw his punches with aggression, because Victor Oganov is in the position where he's ready to be taken out of this fight. And that's exactly what I saw him there. He's throwing now with conviction. He's confident, and he's trying to land some knockout punches. And that's what he's going to learn, and that's what it looks like he is learning, and that's good.
Oganov's output has never been huge in this fight, but it's certainly slowed as he takes 2, one each side of the head, and Mckean now loading up. They trade.
Victor starting to land back. I was just about to say, if Victor doesn't
good
start
shot
praying,
Victor, but then to the body, and that'll do us. Paul Tapley steps in, and Demsey Mckean gets a stoppage victory against an aging but extremely brave Victor Oganov. He toughed it out. He gave a great account of himself, but Demsey Mckean continues on his unbeaten ways. He is now 12-0 with 6 stoppage victories.
It was a nice stoppage victory, and I was just about to say, you know, I would like to see Victor Oganov's corner maybe looking at stopping this fight, because it was one-way traffic. It was all one way. It was all for Demsey Mckean. Victor, big heart, brave, coming forward, but he was just getting hit with everything. And near the end, it was those big shots. You asked me what I wanted to see, and this was what I wanted to see. Was Demsey Mckean started to throw with heavy shot and bad conviction, and that's what he done, and he got his opponent out of there. Good win for Demsey Mckean.
Yeah, these are the closing stages. Oganov took that body shot. He wanted to hit the ground, but he took a couple to the head on the way down. Referee Paul Tapley said, that'll do us. Got in there and stopped it, and it was just about due as well. So, bout number 1 is pretty much the way we thought, but probably a fair bit more entertaining than we may have feared. Really good fight, the opener. And this man, he's impressed plenty at 42 years of age, Oganov.
He has. One thing I've got to say too, Ben and Damon, the heavyweight scene in Australia is starting to look exciting. There's good fighters coming on.
Here's James O'Shea.
Number 6, referee Paul Tapley calls a halt to the contest. Your winner by technical knockout and still undefeated Demsey, Tower of Terror, Mckean. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get a couple of words with their winner, Will Demsey. Congratulations, must have been nice to be back in the ring.
Oh, mate, that's sensational, you know, especially against such a tough opponent like Victor, mate. He's got a granite chin, and it obviously showed tonight. Like, I was hitting him with everything I possibly could, and he just kept coming forward, calling me on. So, hats off to him. He's a hell of a competitor. Tough as nails, but yeah, nonetheless, been in the ring for about a year. due to ligament replacement in my knuckles, so it's good to get back and especially straight into another knockout as well, so definitely feels great.
Well, you gave the knuckles a fair workout.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I think they're pretty well worn in by now, that's for sure, so it's holding up great now, no pain at all, so that's another bonus right there.
Happy with your performance tonight?
Yeah, kind of happy, like as I said, a year out of the ring, so a little bit of ring rust in there as well, started to kind of tire a little bit, but just push through in the later rounds and stuff like that as well, but yeah, like I said, it's just good to get that first fight out of the way as well and work on the next one, so. But yeah, overall pretty happy, yeah.
You are the Australian champion, you're undefeated. There's some pretty decent names out there in the big ranks. Have you got your names, your sights set on anybody out there?
Yeah, definitely. Look, we're defending my Australian heavyweight title in 6 weeks up in Southport on Steve NG and Angelo's next promotion. After I win that one as well, definitely like to fight Lucas Big Daddy Brown as well. So we're trying to tee up a bit of a fight with him as well. So been back to my winning ways, and I see he's been fighting some average opponents next. So we're both struggling to get opponents, so I reckon we both get it on and see who truly is the best heavyweight in Australia at the moment.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, who wants to see it? Demsey, Mckean, Lucas Big Daddy Brown. Congratulations, Demsey. Give him a big hand. Great to see him back. The Tower of Terror goes on his winning way, ladies and gentlemen. That's fight number 1. Over and done with. Yeah, it would be.